What's up, guys, and welcome back to another epic battle on Total War Rome 2, and we have got ourselves another themed battle for you. So today we have got ourselves Boii, as you can see from all the green flags, versus Nervii. So as you can see, Boii is attacking and Nervii is defending. Now, because of, everybody playing the same factions, it's kind of hard to tell who is who. So we're just going to give you the names. So for Boii, we have got Beastmaster, Billy, Rogue Kitty, and Posgwin. And for the defenders, we have got Dave the Vassal, myself, Pedro, and Lance. So, I mean, that's kind of keeping it pretty easy, pretty simple. And I think we might as well just go ahead and get it going. I like that, nice and quick. To be perfectly honest with you, army-wise, Nervii, we've got a lot of fierce swords and a lot of Oathsworn. And for Boii, we have got a lot of sword followers and a lot of Oathsworn. So it makes it pretty easy. As you can see, a scattering of, levy freemen, some cavalry here, and then, of course, a couple of pieces of ballista here. So I can believe 2 ballistas on the field. So as you can see, a pretty good bombardment phase going on. One of the ballistas is going after... So there's 3, I'm sorry. One of the ballistas going after this corner. It is at 22%. Our ballistas over here is Nervii. I think we tried going after some of pretty sure we tried going after these ballistas here, but didn't quite get it. You can see that they are also going for a wall piece here, so 22% on that one now. Then, as you can see, we've got some levy freemen coming out to be a pest against these Celtic warriors. Also, I believe that Boii's I thought they saw... Never mind. I don't know. I thought I saw something, but there's no way there could be anything there. Boii doesn't have any guerrillas, and there's no way to hide in that area, so levy freemen and some Celtic warriors going to kind of set up and basically just be kind of a pain in the ass and kind of stop this Boii army from making it to the wall as fast. Still just trying to go after... But I think I remember for this is me here. I think I remember, trying to sneak through this, but the shots kept going this way, and I was getting really annoyed. Literally, they wouldn't go right down the middle. They would just go to the side, either side, and it's just really frustrating. As you can see over here, the 2 of the players for Nervii here have... I think this was Lance and Pedro, a combination of the 2 of them, have really just kind of given up the corner because it kind of makes sense. They're going to be able to get onto this corner and then land either side with siege towers, so they're just going to give up and come here and here. Same thing over here. You can see some Celtic warriors came out. Going to be a pain in the ass against these Celtic warriors. I feel like that's just very sad. Celtic warrior versus Celtic warrior. Brothers should never fight. Oh, the jabby fire coming in from the Celtic warriors against the sword followers. Now light cav coming up to basically harass the units that we sent out of the walls. Some more units, so looks like now 2 Celtic warriors outside, but one of the Boii players has a light horse, or heavy horse, sorry. And the artillery here is trying to go after that that heavy horse, taking 11 casualties now. Sword follower is going to come over this way, I think probably just to kind of help keep this stuff back. They got to find a way to, keep the units, out of the way so that their men can bring their towers up. Axe warriors and naked warriors. Naked warriors already is kind of an interesting, because, they have absolutely no armor, so you got to think that they're going to take a lot of pila and a lot of arrows here. Look at that, all the jabbies coming in from the fierce swords. More and more artillery coming in. Down to just one Celtic warrior outside of the gates. Got a Levy Freeman here. This one must have broke and come back. Looks like they're going to try and extend the breach a tiny bit. Trying to open up this one here as well. Levy Freeman helping to get rid of the heavy horse, and they are doing an admirable job. Looks like they got some good jabby hits on them. So right now, these Pedro and Lance have a good lockdown on this area. Boii, if they're going to want to come at this wall, they're going to have to commit more stuff to it than that. Gallic Hunters getting on the walls. Looks like for now, the biggest push is coming over here. By the way, the guys, you know, I've had people asking me about different ways they can support, whether it's watching ads or, you know, whatever it is. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that, you know, watching the ads, you know, obviously it helps. But in the end, the biggest help that you guys, you know, really can be is, you know, watching the videos, leaving likes and comments. And then, of course, if you really want to go above and beyond, you can always, you know, you can always sign up for my Patreon. I will leave a link right here for that. So if you guys are interested in kind of you know, being a little, having a little more effect on things, then that's always a good way to do it. But like I said, obviously, don't ever feel pressured. The stuff that you guys do just by watching is just amazing, and I can't thank you guys so much for it. That light horse is coming in trying to help out. Got more Celtic warriors that came out. You like that smooth transition right there, by the way? Yeah, the light horse is going to get out of there before it gets caught or gets shot by or get hit by javelins or anything. On the wall, looks like it's pretty much just down to the axe warriors now, flanked by two units of Celtic warriors. Then around the breach, we've got Fierce Swords, Levy Freeman, and Celtic warriors. As you can see, they did end up extending the breach a little bit, so a much larger breach in the corner. And they're actually going for another breach over this way, which is going to be kind of interesting. So, you know, it's allowing them to get in through here. So we set up here, but now they're going to break one here, which means that once again we're going to have to adjust our defense to, you know, fit accordingly with that, because that's going to kind of expose that defense a little bit. Celtic warriors, Levy Freeman on the battering ram. Then got Celtic warriors, 2 units of Celtic warriors coming out of the breach here. Got a lot of stuff back this way, a lot of Fierce Swords, Oathsworn, more Fierce Swords. Got a lot of our Gallic Hunters back here. I believe this is Dave. Dave's got a Gallic Hunter moving forward. I think the reason for that was these Celtic bows that moved up from Boii. I think he's trying to get a shot in on them. All right, look at this, going for another one. So a lot of breaches, big breach here, one there. They're gonna go for one here, and they've got one here. Kind of interesting. You don't see people quite as often use their artillery for breaches. A lot of times they use it more for shelling these back areas, so it makes it kind of a pain in the ass for the defenders to kind of set up their troops. So it's kind of interesting to see these guys are really taking that approach of making as many breaches in as possible, and you know, that's a really good idea. You know, instead of them getting trapped onto towers, getting off, and you know, as they get off, their units are just kind of 1, 2, 3 guys coming off. Now they can really kind of move full units in and kind of engage that way. So I think that's a really interesting idea, and I think could be really interesting. I mean, obviously I know how this battle turns out, but I'm going to let you guys find out yourself. Oh, they're still going after it, but shot over a little bit on that one. Now look at this, look at this. So Pedro and Lance were defending like this. But you know what they instead decided to do? They are going out with units. They actually went back out of this breach. So now instead of holding choke points on the walls, they are moving out to engage Boii in the... Well, less in the field and kind of like, I don't know, in the backyard, front yard. I feel like if it was in the field, it'd be like, you know, over here. But here's just like, I don't know, it's not in the field. So they sent a couple units out, but it looks like maybe they decided not to further that. Got more units here, more fierce swords, Celtic warriors. But, I mean, that little force right there is probably gonna die, to be honest with you. Now, the tough part about this for Boii is if they engage this, that does leave them open to engagement from archers. That's the nasty part about doing these kind of delaying sally outs, is that if the attackers decide to engage it, it typically gives you a very good shot with your own defending archers. Celtic warrior's gonna die here, 68 men, and here comes the shelling. So this Boii player here took the wall down, but looks like, oh wait, no, okay, so it's gonna, look at this, going for another wall. Once again, I really like seeing this. I really liked this as a defender. You know, not specifically, oh, because, like, oh, it's good for me, but because it's something you don't see the attackers do very often. So that was really cool. Just be like, oh, wow, how the hell are we going to deal with that? Dude, Pedro and Lance are just being an absolute pain in the ass over here. Dude, Boii, these two Boii players over here have got to be so super frustrated. Because this is just a pain. Sword followers, Celtic warriors. That looks like it could be a good screenshot. Celtic slingers up here now. So interestingly, either Lance or Pedro actually brought Celtic slingers rather than Gallic hunters. We'll see at the end of the match who brought those. Because I have no idea, actually. Look at this, a big push, more sword followers, and getting defended. So our first unit of Oathsworn on this side is now engaged. And then, as you can see, more fierce swords are starting to enter the fray, that the Celtics have been kind of, you know, whittled down a little bit. Still have multiple Celtics here. It looks like 3 Celtic warriors over here, a fierce sword. Then up on this cliff, we've got 2 Oathsworn, 3 Oathsworn, 4 Oathsworn, so a lot of Oathsworn laying around. Now over this way, you could see, look how much the armies of Boii have now advanced. They're actually starting to push this way and this way. Now the tough part about pushing down this angle here is that archers from here and here can get very, very good shots on you from both sides. Now, if they can use their artillery and their archers to keep those you know, defending archers subdued, then they can make a push into this corner. So, it'll be interesting to see how they do that. Yes, I know you guys are gonna laugh at me because, like, I'm talking like I'm not in this battle, okay? I'm in the battle. I know I'm in the battle. I kind of know what happens, but I don't remember everything, especially on sides that I was not fully, like, paying attention to. So leave me alone and don't make fun of me, you meanies. Oh, look at this. There we go. So Boii here had brought his archers over this way to shoot into the sides, but we were able to put some of our archers up here. The Gallic hunters are going to do a pretty solid job. Celtic bows they're okay, but the big difference is 125 range to 150 range. So the Gallic hunters should be able to take that matchup pretty easy. More stuff near the gate here. If they can get this gate neutralized, then that means that they can start advancing through it. Now, as you can see, the main, you know, push that's happening at the moment is on this corner. Got a concerted effort going into this corner. See, we've got fierce swords going to get sword followers, and then lots of sword followers over here. Though these look like they're pretty depleted units. Now this is a nasty setup. You got your defenders here and you got your defenders here. As the attacker comes in, whoa! As the attacker comes in this direction, the archers here get a just disgusting back shot on them. Archers and slingers. So something we missed, I do remember this. Somebody wasn't paying attention, and this freaking Celtic warrior was able to get all the way through and chase off these Gallic hunters here. This Celtic warrior made it all the way through. Look at all this stuff that's around him. And this SOB is still chasing these guys, trying to get caught. So Fierce Sword coming around, trying to sandwich it. They did catch caught a Gallic hunter there, but it's going to get away. But that did kind of throw us off because now we are kind of, trying to rush around and get units engaged here to plug this breach. That was just poor communication between us and the other side. We thought they were watching it, they thought we were watching it, nobody was watching it, and it was almost a disaster. Almost very, very bad. More and more stuff coming up. More sword followers. All right, so the gate is neutralized, which means that Boii is going to be able to go up this way if he wants. When I said more sword followers, it made me think of the Will Ferrell skit. More cowbell. Tink, 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 tink. It's a SNL skit. Okay, I thought it was funny. Gotta laugh for myself here. All right, so you can see we're having a setup this way, but then we're also having a setup here. And as you can see, this Boii player is actually making a bit of ground in this direction. And look at that, already come in. Oh, the Stonehenge saved quite a bit there. I think he got 3 kills on the Oathsworn general. It's at 37 kills. Now over here, not much happening yet, but the artillery is starting to get some kills here. The Oathsworn has taken 11 kills. 11 losses, whatever. So here we've got a unit that was trying to go here, and then a unit kind of coming up on the tower. It's a pretty good idea because as one pushes up this way, the tower can kind of support the unit that's getting kind of bogged down in the breach. More artillery come in. Dude, I remember that that was painful. It was just always, every time you see it coming, you're like, oh, move, 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 move. You're trying to keep your stuff from being clumped up, and man, it was not fun to sit there and endure that. Artillery should be banned. Oh man, did you see that off in the corner? Jeez, dude. So, big engagement here. Sword followers versus fierce swords. Got some javies coming in from behind. Now, this fierce sword is pretty weak. What we were kind of having to do, so if I remember correctly, Dave was starting to adjust some units this direction. And so, we were kind of shifting all of our forces a little bit this way. So a lot of stuff that we had over here kind of got moved over here, and then Dave kind of moved some of his stuff over here. And so it's kind of interesting, how just, the flow of the battle and how those things work. But it's just, you got to be aware of things. And like I said, that was a big boo-boo on all 4 of us. We should have been communicating about who was going to defend this breach, and that was a big mess up, and, it really could have screwed us bad. These javies, they're still throwing their javies in. Then here in the breach, got a sword follower coming in and fighting some fierce swords. I will say that is one, odd thing of doing the themed battles is, there's a lot of the same units on the field. And so you say the same thing a lot, and it gets a little odd. I've said fierce swords and sword followers way too many times for this video. So here, sword followers going to get some Celtic warriors, But you can see we've got some Oathsworn ready to go in as well. They'll make short work of the sword followers. More artillery coming in. Now that one ended up actually getting some of his own guys. Archers as well there in the background. Now the archers, we really needed to keep the archers at bay. The big downside to us is the Nervii Fierce Swords have like no armor. What do they got? 45 armor, so they are very, very susceptible to arrows. And so with our archer advantage, we should have been, you know, a little better at keeping these archers at bay. But we didn't do the greatest job, so we probably took some really unnecessary losses to these Celtic bows. Look at this, more units have come out of the gate and engaged Boii over here. Got Fierce Sword, one unit Fierce Swords and one of Celtic Warriors going against two Sword Follower, man, should stop assuming, one Sword Follower, one Oathsworn. But look at this, the Nervii general up here taking Javi shots into the back of the Sword Follower. Not very nice, man. Right now you can see they're starting to try and move more stuff into this breach and keep it held. They're about to lose their foothold over here. More sword followers coming in and kind of getting into a flank of these fierce swords. More and more units that we've had to commit over to this corner. Big thing, we're trying to keep, you know, multiple units in a place so that we can use our, you know, charge ability. 37 charge bonus. You want to keep your fierce swords moving if you can. Now this Celtic bow got probably a little too close, to be honest with you, and it's just getting smacked by archers. Sword followers, light horses moved up. So you can see it looks like they have kind of, you know, slowed down on this side a little bit. They're not quite just throwing stuff into this area, which is probably a good idea. Take it slow, you know, keep yourself paced. Another heavy horse here. As you can see, just trying to keep these guys engaged. The sword follower is down to 104 men. Yeah, lots of fierce swords here, and then our Gallic hunters here trying to keep off these Celtic skirmishers. Now, there's a pretty good push still going from Boii over here. Quite a few units still on the, you know, on the settlement holding a foothold here. Looks like this side has pretty much been dealt with. Looks like maybe, yeah, I'm not sure, because I was thinking maybe Nervii fell back, but it might be that Boii just finished them off. So Oathsworn going in on Celtic warriors. Still a lot of archers back here from Nervii. But still a pretty solid foothold over here. Getting some really nice flanks. They're engaging here, then getting a unit in on the side. More units coming ready to get into this this corner here, which is going to be a little bit tough for us because we're getting a little low on troops here. Yeah, as you can see, more units moving over. I'm using an Oathsworn going over this way. The fierce swords are getting too thin over here. Got to get some stuff to fill this in. Now on this side, we're still doing okay. But the main thing is we're getting pretty strapped here. Pretty thin like across the board on units. Those archers came back over to this side, still trying to get flank shots, the jerks. Now, what's our issue here is that Oathsworn, but Celtic warriors and Celtic warriors. So the Celtic warriors are going to have a big problem with these sword followers. They're just not good enough to take on the sword followers. So we're getting a little low on those kind of troops, you know, higher or medium tier troops to go toe to toe. And as we continue to have to push things back this direction to support this corner, you know, it's really, really kind of strapping our left side. Nice side charge there. As we keep the units engaged here, Dave took a Fierce Sword and got it right in the side. It's going to get some good kills. This is like one of, the few times I've played Nervii. I haven't played Nervii in a long time. See. Yeah, I mean, they're getting some ground back here. This is Pedro and Lance, and they are gaining back some of the ground of the settlement here. You could see where they fought. You can see, how many Fierce Swords have died just because of all the naked people. The naked. Just look at this, guys. And here in this corner. And then outside, just honestly, this is the worst right here. Just a crazy amount there. Man. But yeah, it does look like Pedro and Lance are really starting to get their hold back on the defense here. But there is quite a bit of archer, support up here and skirmishers for Boii that look like they're getting some good shots into some of the Oathsworn and Fierce Swords that are back defending. The Cav tried to get through. They thought they found a way through, but we were able to plug it up, thankfully. Yeah, I mean, it's really just coming down to who's got the better infantry and who can get the better angles. Look at the balance of power. It is starting to shift in the favor of the attackers. Ooh. A tough fight, man. We were just having to move our troops all over the place to keep this, keep it protected. Gallic Hunters, okay, they're shooting over at the Celtic bows over there. I think, yeah, okay, so this is where we found that we just couldn't continue to throw troops into the sides here. So we found we just had to fall back. So you can see we're leaving some troops here to help keep this set up so that the troops over here can make their way back. But unfortunately, there are going to have to be a few units. They're going to have to stay here and hold the line to give the other units time to get out. Yep, just a mass route here. Not route, but retreat. Once more, multiple units needing to be left in to keep these units at bay. So we're pulling back to the hill on this side. We'll probably end up just doing, if I remember correctly, I think we end up setting up here and here. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember, to be exact. I know we fight over here for something. I just don't remember where.
Get running!
So you can see on Pedro and Lance's side, pretty much everything's been pulled back. They are trying to finish off a unit of sword followers over here. Look at that already, just laying in, man. Oh. Yeah, this sword follower is probably not going to last very much longer. Gallic Hunters might have a little bit of ammo. There are 121 kills. Boii does have a lot left, and Boii's got a lot of Oathsworn left. That's going to be the biggest, pain. Is, they have quite a bit more money than we do as defenders, so they're going to be able to bring higher quality troops and more of them than we will. These units here are still holding for this breach. These tiny units, 52 men, 24 men, 62 men, 28. They are starting to break, but they are still holding this. They definitely gave us the time we needed to pull back. All right, now if I remember correctly, there's a little bit of a setup here as, you know, the attackers get ready to pull forward and honestly just continue their attack. See some archer shots coming in there. But at this point, the attackers are really just pulling their units into the settlement to begin their advance. See units moving around over here. You can see movement over this direction as well. Got some cav kind of harassing these units that are left. If I remember correctly, this is Pedro's general over here. So he really just kind of got stuck outside of the inner defenses. It's basically just his general and his bodyguard of fierce swords, apparently. Let's see. Okay, so it got broke by the heavy horse, but so he's going to use his gen to try and take the tower. Fierce Sword is losing and is now broken, so now the general is all by himself. But here we go, look at this. Can we rescue Pedro's general? Got an Oathsworn advancing up and then going to go down this hill and see if he can engage the heavy horse. And see if we can save Pedro's general. We definitely got to keep the generals alive still. Keeping generals alive is going to assist us to avoid things like army losses as long as possible. That means that we can keep our men in battle as long as we can. That could be the difference between winning and losing. Look at this even fight. 88 to 88. Now some more units coming in to help him out. So sword followers are probably going to start losing that one. All right, the heavy horse is still down at the bottom. And going to use the Oathsworn to try and catch him. What we're going to try and sandwich the heavy horse between the two Oathsworn. So he went wedge formation. He's going to try and charge. Or he's not going to charge. Oh, that was a nice jabby toss. And here comes Pedro's general. Figure we could watch this engagement while the other side gets set up to move. Another jabby toss. Now, we made a little bit of mistake. Oathsworn went here. Cav went up and around, and look at this. Cav is free to roam. So the cavalry is actually now behind our line here, and is going to be a real pain in the butt. It's going to be tough to deal with. Not even tough to deal, it's just going to be annoying. You know, it's really going to mean we're going to have to commit other resources to defending things like our archers. Basically just because, you know, that cav is going to be able to run around and really harass our back flanks. All right, this is one of my Oathsworn come in and engaging 2 units of Oathsworn. That's not always what you want to see. 2 units of Oathsworn are going to do a pretty good amount of damage to you. Yeah, so we fell back, and honestly the reason we fell back from there, because we're going to set up here, and the reason for that is we can set up our archers here to get really nice shots over the houses into the back of this flank. So that's going to be really good for us. We'll be able to get some really nice back and side shots into what's really, you know, majority of what they have left is Oathsworn. So being able to get back shots and side shots is going to be huge for us. Now my poor Oathsworn here is going to get double teamed. Poor guy. Can't really go shield wall because of it's going to make my formation just too small to hold that choke point. Still haven't... Oh, there they are. Now they're advancing. Now, they advanced up this direction, and all we have there is a Gallic Hunter. Now, I'm assuming this Gallic Hunter is probably out of ammunition. 187 kills. Oh, that was painful to watch. Yeah, so this Oathsworn's just going to get a ton of free kills. 41 men left still. So we're going to have to send something around to help defend this. Still got Fierce Sword and Oathsworn here. Then you can see we've got multiple units back here as well. Got one Oathsworn holding the back. What is this general? Noble Horse General. Still got some Celtic Skirmishers, Gallic Hunters here for Nervii. Looks like they ended up, you know, pulling those Oathsworn off of here because of these archers. The archers up to 92 kills and 75 kills. But here, this is probably going to be the big push. You can see more and more units making their way up this mountain. Sword followers, lots of sword followers. They got an Oathsworn here, facing another Oathsworn for Nervii. Fierce Sword, another Oathsworn. Then you can see a depleted Oathsworn coming in, 238 kills on this one. And then my general is going to come in and to help defend this area. This Oathsworn was really doing a number on the Nervii Oathsworn, so I had to send mine own in. Gosh, Oathsworn. Gosh, it's too many Oathsworn. Ooh, nice Javi tosses there from the sword followers. Look at that. The sword follower is at 136 kills. Oh, no! Oh, man. Talk about a nice Javi toss, guys. Woo! That was a little saucy. Looks like they basically just have stopped advancing on this. Because of these, I'm betting. So their big heavy push is going to be right here. They're going to take their time on the other side and allow this hill or mountain to just take its push forward. Gotcha. Still engaged here with multiple Oathsworn. Got, yep, more Oathsworn. It's basically come down to like a fight of Oathsworn v. Oathsworn with a couple sword followers, you know, sprinkled in. Got a couple like sword followers left over here, but that's about it. Now my general is starting to get the hand of this. You know, this Oathsworn's down to 47 men. Then I believe his general is using Intimidate and Warcry on us. What a jerk. Still got multiple archers here. A lot of Gallic Hunters left. Gallic Hunters here. Don't really have anything to shoot at the moment. Look at this. Noble Horse is going to go up the mountain. The Oathsworn is hidden, so they could be... You know, well, let's go see if there's anything up there. Maybe there is. Now up here, there's really, you know, got Fierce Sword and Fierce Sword, but that's about it. They're still holding on this one. But look at this. Look how many troops are now advancing to the mountain. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 6 more units are now approaching onto this mountain. Gallic Hunters trying to finish off these Celtic bows. Celtic bows just kind of being a pain in the butt. Not really doing a whole lot of damage to us, just really, you know, being a nuisance, kind of taking more people out than we really needed to lose. So, you know, the engagement here is going to come down to who's got the better Oathsworn and who's got the better angles, you know. And right now, I don't really know that either of us really has, like, a better angle, per se. You know, we're not really getting any, like, fantastic shots off here. This could be a cool screenshot. Not going to know who the hell's who, but kind of overlooking the city with the arrows in the background. That could be kind of cool. There you go, more intimidated war cry. So they're kind of basically stopping one of these Oathsworn from being able to use its abilities. I'm not particularly sure why they used it on the Oathsworn that was pretty low. The one they used it on was at 20. Wait, there's no. Okay, the one they used it on was at 23 men. I think I'd probably use it more on the 107 one.
We're taking trophies, as you say. Kill.
More and more fire. Run out of ammo, to be honest with you. 140 kills, 55 kills, 138 kills. So you can see they did try to make some charges against my general, or not my general, but this Oathsworn up here. So this side actually sent some. Oh, they captured the gate. So they sent units out to take the gate, which means that if the general goes back that direction, the gate will continue to shoot him, stuff like that. Still have an Oathsworn general here kind of holding this flank, make sure that we don't try to counterattack down this hill. Look how much has moved to the mountain now. 158 kills, 133 on Sword Follower. Celtic Skirmishers being a pain in the butt. 104 on Sword Follower. 22 on, or 150 on the Oathsworn, 26 on this one. Look at this really nice shot, though. Gallic Hunter's getting to shoot right into the back of this Oathsworn unit. Oh, but look at this. Little over pursued allows this Oathsworn to get in behind. So they're actually behind our defensive line here. Gallic Hunters rushing over. Got more infantry coming over, 75 men, 103 men. A pretty much fresh Oathsworn unit. More and more stuff moving over to that mountain to plug that gap. Leaving, looks like just enough over here to keep it held. And then the Oathsworn, this Boii player forgot about his Noble Horse General. And the Oathsworn to get in it. But look at this, the general is going to go through and get up the mountain, pulling through the Gallic Hunters. So once again, we're going to have a cavalry unit kind of loose in our back, just being a pain. Now over here, looks like this Boii general looks like he's going to start advancing. Now these archers probably still have ammo, so the Oathsworn should still be getting shot as he goes. And then actually got Fierce Swords moving out of the area here. Yeah, but look, there's more infantry moving. Oathsworn and, yeah, 2 units Oathsworn basically surrounding this smaller Boii Oathsworn. It is getting quite a bit of kills, though, 184 kills. And we got 149 and 78. But what looks, they're probably going to need to do, I think this is probably Dave. Dave's probably going to need, now they pulled out of it. I think it's a right move, get out of that surround. Then look here, we got Sword Followers still kind of getting engaged. Oathsworn General, 172 kills. But a lot of units here that can make a push. Gallic Hunters, our second line of defense here. Actually, these ones are shooting. That's a nice angle. Look at that. Let's see if they fire again. Come on, fire. Loose. Apparently they're not going to fire again. Never mind. But, I mean, looks like, if I remember correctly, these guys do still have ammo. So they're moving forward to do the exact same thing. The Battle Rhythm, Headhunt, Shield Wall. Sword Followers, look at that. 240 kills almost. My Oathsworn's up to 200. Gallic Hunters, I think, are just trying to get an angle to shoot. As you can see, those depleted Fierce Swords have come over this way, capturing the gate again. They killed some of the archers that were over here. And now got one unit that's going to come up and start sweeping up some of these small depleted units that are just standing around. So nice charge there. Now the big downside is there are Celtic bows they're going to shoot at them. And the big downside is there's still a lot of infantry up here from Boii. It's going to be really, really tough for us. But as you can see, one of the generals has been dealt with. And what that's going to allow us to do is start moving our units, you know, these leftover units, moving them over to the actual fight. Still cleaning this stuff up here. Now look at this. 157-man unit of Levy Freeman. Small 48-man unit and a 73-man unit of Celtic Slingers. Fierce Swords are going to go right after the Celtic Slingers here. Or Celtic Bows, sorry. Look at that. Oh, that was nasty. Killed like 15 guys there. Now this Oathsworn and then the general here, they both 101, 112 kills between the two of them. They got a sword follower that actually was able to kind of make its way along the wall there. They have so much Oathsworn left though, man. All right, I mean, as you can see, they are starting to get a little low in units here. You know, they do have quite a bit of Oathsworn and a couple sword followers left, but I mean, that's about it. And right up here, this is looking like a really good push. Balance of power is in our favor as the defenders, but it's definitely not so far out of control that they can't pull this back in their own favor. Especially look at this, losing one, we're losing a general. Pretty sure my general's dead at this point. But I can't remember if Pedro's general had died at over on the mountain. So I'm not sure if his 60-man unit there, I'm not sure if the general's still alive or not. So I think the big question is going to be, can Boii get through here? And if they can, I think that severely improves their odds here.
Back, warriors! Back! Kill, kill, kill!
I mean, they just got to get through. You know, you've got some, you know, out of ammo Gallic Hunters and a small Oathsworn unit that are trying to hold this. We kept the depleted Oathsworn general here and one Gallic Hunter back over here at the victory point. Honestly, the reason we did that was because of the stuff here. You know, if these units come in, they'll be able to go right for the point at this point. And we have nothing to stop them. So that's the question. Can they break through? Because if they can break through, they can really, you know, get in and around our defenses and start picking us off. I mean, this Oathsworn general here is doing really well. 230 kills. Got my Oathsworn here at 205 kills. Down here, you got 152, 198 on the Gallic Hunter. The sword follower is going to engage the fierce swords, you know, in this little gap. I believe the units that went across, you know, went around and started killing the other units. I'm pretty sure they were, you know, kind of finished up and are no longer around. They're continuing to try and use Warcry to break our units. You can see it's dropping down our, you know, our health, or not our health, but our morale down to red. Red is not good. Red is when you start, you know, wavering, stuff like that. You can see more units pulling back to the point there. A couple small minor units just trying to hold on for dear life. Look at this guy, 216 kills, and he's got triple chevrons now. That's probably because he's pretty much spent his whole time killing just Oathsworn. Yeah, the better units you kill, the higher your experience gets. So, you know, typically getting 3 chevrons means that you killed some pretty good units. See, a Levy Freeman was trying to sneak around, but got caught by some Gallic Hunters, and Pedro's going to send his general to come clean it up and get rid of it. It's close, guys. I mean, you can see there is not much left. We've got archers left. We've got some, you know, depleted Oathsworn. We do have a pretty healthy one here and pretty healthy one there. But that's pretty much it. If I remember correctly, at this point, so unfortunately, we had a drop in this game very, very late in the game by one of the Nervii players. And I believe this is him because, to be honest with you, it would be, you know, this unit should be moving up here to help this flank here. If we can continue to hold this, we can pretty much keep it under control, and it's pretty much GG at that point. But you can see that this, you know, 144-man Oathsworn unit is just sitting there doing nothing. So I believe at this point he is actually dropped. And, you know, it happens. Rome is Rome, and, you know, it's not perfect, and sometimes people drop off it, and you go on with the life, you know. And so we'll see if that ends up being a huge effect on us or not. It's interesting that Headhunt just got popped on a unit that's... Oh, it's because it got engaged by this tiny Levy Freeman unit. That's why it popped Headhunt. Sometimes when you drop, the AI just does nothing. So if a person completely avoids the AI, sometimes they just won't even fight you. If you go in and actually engage them, then, like, of course, they fight you. You can see they're just trying to break our units, which is not a terrible idea. If they can get a bit of a route going on our guys, they may be able to kind of keep it going as a chain. Look at that. The 144-man unit is moving away from the battle. Small 35-men Gallic Hunter going back to the point. You can see a lot of breaking, a lot of troops just dying here. Oathsworn about to die, but I believe this is Pedro's general? Yeah, Pedro's general now going in. Once again, just trying to hold on to that point, to this area at least. What's that? Something's running away here. Shattered, and then this is looks like it's part of the general. His general is still alive? No, he's not, because he's using Headhunt. Not, sorry. For some reason, I was thinking that was like Battle Rhythm. And I was like, wow, his general's still alive. Die! We're the same thing, but I don't like you. But look at this. Look at this. The AI moved the general off over here and just sat it there. 144 men just standing still doing absolutely nothing. So one of the main reasons that this bar is this far over is because of this unit right here. So if you remove that unit from the equation, this bar is probably in the attacker's favor. Oathsworn chasing after a sword follower. Once again, I believe this is the AI here running after this tiny unit that means absolutely nothing when he could be taking this 107-man unit and flanking the back of Boii's, generals up here. But instead, the two generals are free to roam and have now broken through this area. Look at the carnage around this tower. Fought over a wooden treehouse, pretty much. So, to be honest with you, at this point, the, attackers really just avoid the AI units, and that's all you got to do. So as you can see, the units that we do have left, which are some Gallic Hunters here, and there's an Oathsworn, that's the AI Oathsworn. Then I'm not sure if this is AI or not, probably. But the 3 Gallic Hunter units that I think it's me and Pedro at this point, still have left. We're running back to the point. But you can see the artillery crew, the Celtic giant ballista crews coming into the settlement. They're also going to try and contribute to this. Looks like maybe the attackers, those sworn generals, are maybe kind of getting their relaxation. I'm not sure. Or maybe they're just trying to get rid of this Oathsworn so that they can move forward without accidentally engaging the AI. That could also be it. So maybe they're just waiting for this tower to just shoot it, possibly, kind of get it to break or shatter. There we go. We got Celtic giant ballistas moving in.
Warriors, move out!
So we're going to kind of surround them. As they move forward, we're going to take our Gallic Hunters and charge them from all sides because we are out of ammo. This unit is still hidden. They're still hidden. No, they're not. Okay. So try and wipe out these guys. Yeah, the Gallic Hunters should be able to handle the ballista crew. Ballista crew, all they do is, shoot big guns. The Gallic Hunters, they are used to getting down and dirty with their hands. So they clean that up pretty easy. They probably feel pretty good about themselves. As you can see, the 2 Oathsworn generals moving their way towards the point. Coming down this way. To fast forward a little bit as they advance. There we go, they're getting closer. And of course, the thing that should be winning us the game right now is doing nothing. Because AI are awesome, man. Look at that Oathsworn general. 474 kills. Holy crap. All right, so the general is going to come after the Gallic Hunters. And then this Gallic Hunter is going to go try and slow down the other one. Engage it, see if we can get it to just stop moving. Oh, that was painful to watch. Kind of surprised that Gallic Hunter did not break from that. All right, all right, Oathsworn, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go this way. You're gonna go this way. You got to pick a direction here. All right, he's going to his right. But that's it. The time ran out, guys. So, one of the issues that they had was the only way that they could have won that after, 2.5 minutes. So 150 seconds is the timer for the victory point, which is 2.5 minutes. So after 2.5 minutes, the only way the attackers could have won that was by a complete rout of our units, which meant that if they wanted to rout us, they would have had to come engage this, which they did not want to do because it was a 144-man Oathsworn unit. And we also had another Oathsworn running around that was like at 90 men or something. So the only way they could have done that would have been going to engage those and causing them to break. So they just couldn't. It was either they did it or they capped the point. So after 2.5 minutes, there was no way they could have gotten it. All right. So first we've got Dave the Vassal with 2,734 kills. Oathsworn all doing really well, 325 being the best. Archers doing really well with 187 being the best. Then is Fierce Swords 202. Celtic Warriors with 146. Then we got myself with 2,190 kills. Oathsworn doing pretty decent. There's a couple I'd rather got a little bit more kills. Archers, best being 203. Fierce Swords 136, 139. 157 on a Celtic Warrior. Got Pedro with 2,650 kills. His Oathsworn went with 234. His Archers did pretty well with 164 being the best. His Celtic Warriors didn't do great. His 97 was pretty solid, though. Then Fierce Swords 200, 259, 239, 218. We got Lance with 1,616 kills. Got a lot of Oathsworn. He went really heavy on the Oathsworn. We knew we were going to face a lot of Oathsworn, so we figured we should have somebody bring a little more Oathsworn than typical. 226, 228. His gen didn't really get into combat, so he only had 92 kills. Archers, all right. Then Slingers did all right. 119, pretty solid on those, though. Then for the attackers, we've got Beastmaster with 2,367 kills. Oathsworn, not great. The Archers, 99 is pretty good for a Celtic bow. 105 and 104 on a Celtic is pretty good. 262 on a Levy Freeman is really good. 183, 197 on 2 Oathsworn. Then 203 and 203 on Sword Followers. We've got Billy Blazes with 2,748 kills. 487 on the Oathsworn General. His Archers did okay. 113 on a Celtic Slinger, though. Then his Oathsworn really this guy got screwed up. But this guy, 159 kills, not too bad. Sword Followers, though, with 239, 220, 209. We've got Rogue Kitty with 21, 21. Oathsworn, 247 and 191, not too bad. Celtic Bows did all right. Then the Sword Followers, 161, 289 and 352. Really nicely done there. Then finally, we got Paz Gwyn with 2,352 kills. Got 60 on the Noble Horse. Archers, 93 is pretty solid. 138 on a Celtic Warrior. Then for the Sword Followers, 200, 176. A lot right in that 150 range, which is pretty good. All right, guys, that is it. That is going to be, the last. That's going to be it for this themed battle. Be with Nervii versus Boii. We still got more to do and still more coming out. So make sure to keep an eye on that. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.